was 15 years old when I woke up from a 3-day coma, and that's when I began to realize the life and death nature of my PSC diagnosis. My name is Lindsay. I'm 24 years old, and I have already had 2 liver transplants because of PSC. I was diagnosed with PSC at age 13, and I was blissfully unaware of the terrifying journey ahead of me. I trusted my doctors to know everything about the disease and to give me a couple of medications to cure me. I had no idea I would be starting high school with end-stage liver failure and a progressive case of portal hypertension. Despite my illness, I signed up for all the extracurricular activities, marching band, I went on all the school field trips, and it was on one of those field trips far from home that my portal hypertension caused esophageal varices to rupture. Blood had been silently leaking into my stomach all day, and I could not stay awake. My friends thought it was funny until I threw up blood in my best friend's lap. I woke up 3 days later in the local hospital after being flown by helicopter, and for the first time I heard the words hepatic encephalopathy. The medications they gave me made me feel horrible. Lactulose helps hepatic encephalopathy patients with their memory a little bit, and the cost is never having a solid bowel movement again. The small improvements from the medicine were not worth having to miss out on swim team and marching band practice. After my first transplant, I began to experience a typical PSC symptom that I had been lucky to not experience before: itching. For me, itching was the first sign that a transplant is a treatment but not a cure for PSC. Some people respond well to transplant, but there are many of us for whom it just doesn't work. I had to have a second transplant for my PSC, and I'm not the only one. My recurrent PSC journey was more symptomatic than my first. I had itching, fatigue, constant fever and chills, and extreme abdominal pain. For the itching, I tried everything, but nothing seemed to work. I did antihistamines, cholestyramine, naltrexone, and more. If you name it, I probably tried it. The silver lining was that I took antidepressants for the itching, which didn't help the itching, but it improved my mood. For the extreme abdominal pain, I was on opioids for 2 years prior to my second transplant, and I did scheduled celiac plexus nerve blocks, which really messed up my college attendance. After my second transplant, I took Dilaudid for the first few weeks, and then after that, I saw a local pain management specialist who put me on a 6-month methadone weaning program. I remember how embarrassing it was to return to college and have to show my roommates how to use the emergency overdose Narcan medication. I am now 3 years past my second transplant. I finished college and I plan on graduate school. I appear healthy, but I still have symptoms that affect my life every day. Fevers, chills, and fatigue requiring a 2-hour nap most days. I take 31 pills a day, 16 of which are to treat symptoms. Knowing that there are thousands of other PSCers going through this doesn't make me feel better. It breaks my heart. PSC is no joke, and a transplant is no cure. Someday soon, I hope to see a medication that stops or slows the progression of PSC so that we can all live our life to the fullest. Thank you.